Greetings, everyone. It's me, Dr. Chef. I am in. Um, I had to tune in to you all. I know it's late and it's okay. I just wanted to make sure that you all knew that I was well. For those who were wondering if I and my family was well after the tornado storm that took and shook across Kentucky, St. Louis, and the state of Illinois. Okay, as there have been too many that I could not get in contact with. A lot of down outages. Please like and share. I'm just letting you all know that I am well. I'm fine. Um, I am in a very sacred, very, very safe place. And so I wanted to make sure that I tuned in so that you all knew that I was for yourself. I didn't want anyone else to find out about it through hearsay. I miss you. Say your name. I'm trying to think. What's your name? Say your name if you can. I see you in one, and it's raining as we speak. Yes, it was a lot. It was a major storm here in St. Louis. It did damage a lot. It's by the grace of the Most High God that we are fine. It looked like it was a scene out of a movie here. Throughout from Kentucky, Illinois, and St. Louis, Missouri, came down our whole entire strip. It did do a lot of window damage to cars and to my truck. Windows was damaged, but all praises be to God. That was it. That was it. There were many that lost their lives and their entire homes and their cars. And so that's why I decided to go ahead and come on this late night to let everyone know that I am safe. I had quite a bit of family that was concerned and wondering if I was okay. Yes, I am. This seemed to be befitting for me to still come through because technically here it is approximately 10:37. As you all can see, this is the latest I ever come on. But I felt compelled to because I could feel the worry and the stress from many that were trying to reach me. And I myself had ran out of power when different ones was calling me for hours, trying to help others to bandage up their vehicles or put plastic on their windows and vehicles. I was able to tune in to Facebook at the time, briefly though, just briefly, to show the damage that happened immediately after the tornado hit. We had a 3-point Richter scale tornado that's they hadn't had one since the 50s here in St. Louis, Missouri. And so thank you all for those of you all that know about it. You've been watching the news or been on social media. You heard about it. Thank you all that believe in the power of prayer and raising that bar of vibration to the next level because it helped. It helped tremendously. Hey there, Joe Harden. Good night, doctor. This is the late. Yes, I know, right? It's okay. You all can tune back in and see it for those of you all that have to go to bed. I had to be up in prayer, and so I had to be up today. This is a very sacred time for me. As some of you all know, my birthday is this weekend, my 50th. My 50th is this week. Yes, I thought I was seeing things when the notification popped up on the phone a few minutes ago, like the show on the late night. Yes, exactly. Yeah. I couldn't let Monday go by because I knew there were ones that was really concerned about what is going on with Dr. Chef. And as you all can hear, we have thunderstorm out now. So I'm not going to be before you long at all. So you'll be able to get some rest for those of you all that's like me. You go to sleep a lot of times in the double digits. A lot of times I do it to pray. The rain is getting harder again. They are predicting that we may have another storm here. So asking for you all's prayers that it cover. For those you all that do believe in the power of it. Because a lot of times when you have a major tornado, what happens is a smaller one will follow after. So we don't know. And as you all can see, I don't have fear in me because I've been called the human almanac. And I'm not saying that boastfully. I'm saying that out of giving thanks to my God, my Lord, my Savior, the Creator that has allowed me to be aware. Because I'm going to give you a short testimony for this Motivational Monday, something that carry throughout for the rest of your life. Um, and that was during this season, with this being my anniversary of my season. Um, it was since I was 5 that I was in a tornado in Decatur, Illinois, in my grandmother's home with my aunties and uncles, my mom. Um, I didn't think that 45 years later, because I was like 4 going on 5, that I would ever hear that sound again. But here is the importance on this motivational Monday night that you all need to keep in mind, that some of you all that tune in now and later, please like and share, because it may help somebody, because we don't know what all these, what's, who all is going to get hit in the midst of the storms and the floods. And these are the signs of the time for it. Some say it's a time to repent. Some say that this is a time for an awakening, for those of us who don't have things in its proper order to get it in order. Some say that it's just Mother Nature. Whatever you say and whatever you believe in, when you hear about all these different catastrophes and all of these different things that's happening around the entire world, it's still awakening. It's still a wake up call. And so for me, this started a whole, actually months prior to, but most definitely within this week leading up to the tornado that we just had on Friday that tore up practically the whole area. And what I was being given was to, whatever you may have carrying in your heart that looks like unforgiveness, that looks like any form of bitterness, that looks like being too judgmental, that looks like I don't want to deal with you, I don't want to talk to you anymore because you crossed the line so majorly. I felt God, the God and the Spirit of God He placed in me and said, let it go. This was this week, the beginning of, well, today is Monday, so this was this past week. And it felt so urgent that I had to speak to my god sister Tina and her husband, and they had we had been missing each other in between work and business that we wanted to do together, but we're most definitely spiritually tied more so than anything. And so I got to pouring out my heart to her, and I'm so thankful that she was so receptive. And we got to reminiscing a little bit on past traumas, past hurts. And that led me into, after hearing her speak in the way that God has dealt with her and the loss of her son, her firstborn son. And you all know, the passing of the transition of my firstborn daughter. We were connecting there and in relationships and all that. I just felt the overwhelming need to say, I want to just let it all go. And the urgency was so urgent that I said, if I do not, I told her, I said, if I don't make it in to see tomorrow, this is on Wednesday, you all, mind you, the tornado hit on Friday, 48 hours difference. I said, I want you to pass this along to a person that is the brother to her, to let them know that I forgive and I let it go. And I did the same in my heart concerning some family members that I didn't like how certain things went when my mother passed. I'm just keeping 1 million with you all this late night. And I said, I'm going to put it to you like this, my heart. I felt more pure and cleaner in my whole being than I had on any fast. I'm not saying don't fast. Then I had any clean eating. I'm not saying don't eat clean. Then I have any good long shower or bath. I hadn't felt that since I was about 15 years of age. I'm saying this. I'm saying this to you all that's tuned in now and later, and please like and share. That if there's anything that you all have that you know that is going on in your life or has happened in your life that you feel like it weighs your spirit down, that is not allowing you to flourish the way you should, as a person, whatever it is and whoever did it, let it go. It could cost you your life. I'm 1,000,000%, 1,000,000% assured that because I allowed myself to open up my heart and mind to let it go, those who have offended me, especially within the past few years, and some that were very close to me that I give my life for, that if I hadn't let it go, I wouldn't have been able to hear the voice through Mother Nature. I wouldn't have been able to hear the God through the wind when it said, get out the truck and walk. And mind you, I was in a deep conversation at that time, thankfully, with another spiritual being. At a whole nother level prayer warrior that had been praying for me throughout all of my greatest tests since 2020 to a level that I didn't even know. And that's where I'm safe. As they say, safe in his arms. That's where I'm safe. I'm literally in the space of prayer where everything exuberates prayer and to the next level of spiritual growth. I couldn't have not had thought that it would happen like this, even in my mind, no matter how inclined and in tune I do my best to be with God. And so I'm telling you that each step of the way, an hour prior to the tornado hitting our area, I heard the voices saying, get up, leave the truck. I looked at the air. I've been feeling it for 24 hours up to this point that something was coming. And said, go in the building. As I go in the building, I'm still having this deep conversation. And the person said, well, I got to get myself cleaned up and get it together. I was going to hold them, but then some said, nope, let them go. Charge your phone up and have a seat. I responded to some that need some health information and some help, some serious health-wise that I did not want. One person I did not want to respond to. I'm keeping it 1,000,000 with you because they have violated and crossed lines in my life that made me to know that I got to forgive, but I have to let them be. But I heard it, the Spirit say, nope, respond. So I had to respond and I had to say, okay. And then from there, I had a seat in the restroom area where it was a seating area. And right as I'm sitting down, I'm by 3 big windows and I could hear the wind. The wind said, move, just like that. As they say, on my mama, on my daughter, on my life, the wind went move, just like that. And I looked like, they done called me the wind walker. Some say I'm in the season of being an air baby. The airbender. And yeah, I've been in some storms. And I've been delivered. But this one, I said, where did I hear that sound from? I got up, and as I'm walking slowly, I looked back at the hallway windows that were huge. It was 4 of them. And the other person in the office on the opposite side of me, on the opposite side of our hallway between us, the sister was coming out and she had her hand on her knob. And she said, hey there, Kennedy. She said, you okay? I said, pause. Don't move. And when I tell you, the sister was very obedient. She froze like a mannequin with her hands on the knob. And we're literally about 15 feet away from each other. And there is the hallway and those windows while the winds were, and I'm hearing it. And I said, before we know it, the windows and all of the glass started to shatter the windows. And we could feel the building. Mind you, all I was in an old, good brick, solid building. There's 3 floors, taking 5 floors on it. And we felt the building shake. And she started to cry out. And I told her, she said, what do I do? I said, do like we did in school. I said, squat down. And I said, and look at me. About this time, the lights went out. The only light we had was in the windows that came from the wind. And I said, shh, I'm listening for the wind, for when it circulates. And I said, when it goes silent, I said, run to me. Like something out of the movies. I said, run to me. I reached my hand out to her because I'm seeing I know now that the windows are all shattered. And as I'm reaching my hand out to this woman that's 2 sizes bigger than me, the wind hit again, went, knocked her right into the door. And so I grabbed her, dropped my phone, grabbed her, snatched her to me. And my office door was like maybe 6, 7 steps away. And I crunched down on my feet. I bent down on my and just started praying out to God like never before. Before I knew it, this girl is cropped up in. This is how I was. Yes, I'm on the floor, you all. This is how I was because I'm in my prayer room. I'm parked like this. This girl is inside of my lap, crying. Oh, I don't know what to do. I said, shh. And I just got to praying in the name of the Most High God. I called out every name. And right as I ended my prayer, I mean within split seconds, it went silent. What felt like it was an hour only lasted for a few minutes. And she looked up at me. I've never seen this young lady before ever. They got a salon office down from my office. And she said, I don't know what I would have did if you weren't here. Thank you so much. I said, no, baby. I said, you thank God. And I said, look, don't you ever not pray to God. If ever you're in trouble, if ever you come across something like this ever again, do you hear me? And she said, yes, ma'am. As we walking down the flights of steps, taking our time because debris is everywhere, all down the steps, the doors that are old doors that made out of steel and metal, the glass part that you would think was bulletproof were shattered. We walked out and it looked like a scene from all of the tornado movies that you could ever see. Cars flipped, in accidents all over the place. The sign torn down. Every car practically on the lot, 90% of them, all windows busted out. Some vehicles had been lifted up and pushed into businesses. And I'm debris everywhere. Everybody coughing. And all I could do was ask, is everybody alive? Everybody, the house of one of our board members, I'm trying to get it confirmed, that was right across the street, looks like it was completely gone. And it was a full-fledged, like 5-6 room, like bedroom home. And I'm like, oh, I'm walking up the street, pulling off boards, everything underneath the sun. And all I could do is thank God. Saw a young lady running to me and she said, it took away my vehicle, it took away my Jeep. She said, I just bought it. I said, baby, I said, did you have insurance? She said, no, I didn't get a chance. I said, you can replace your car, but you can't replace your life. And as I go on to find out over the count now, you all here in St. Louis, I don't have the count, the total count in Illinois and Kentucky, and where this next wave is going to go. But what I saw was 21 is dead, that they can count. Many homes wiped out, businesses destroyed, many people injured. My family is well, so far so good. All of my family that's scattered about, no one so far so good have I heard any reports from. And so I'm thankful for that. But I'm stating this on this late night, Monday night, to say that I want you all to continue to keep us in prayers. Please keep your ears in tune to God, to the voice of God. Some call it the Holy Spirit. Some call it the Shekinah glory. Some call it um, 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 your third eye. Whatever you call it, your higher vibration. This is the time to use it, because just like we just got hit, and there's many that have gotten hit with floods and tornadoes and earthquakes and all different type of holes. I've been saying this, that we have to get prepared. Nothing in my office and anybody that I prayed with. Let me tell you the reason why the power of prayer is so important, and it's the reason why I want to motivate you all on this late night to do it. If you hadn't started, start doing it. Because I noticed that everyone that I prayed with, that I was in good relationship with, none of their offices' windows were destroyed. Everything is intact, including my board members. The ones that wasn't, destroyed. I mean, the spirit wasn't what some would like. Now, and even though I took that damage to my truck, I knew why. I couldn't move it. I had a part that I had coming in from my truck. If that had come in enough time, it would have been moved and it would have been saved. And so I'm just thankful. Oh, yes, thank you, Brother Kenneth. Thank you. Yes. I'm just thankful I'm safe. And I'm just thankful that I listened for the past few days. And I just could not come before you all on this Monday night and let you all know that I was well. And that, yes, we're not out of the waters, because as you all can hear, it's raining hard now. So we may get another one. But I'm not fretful. I'm not fearful about it. I just like to keep my mind and my spirit in tune. Because I've said this before, you all remember it? When I told you I had that experience back in '08 in Maui, where I could tell when that storm was coming. And this is the same. This is the same. And it does come to warn. It does. Can you imagine if I had took it for granted when I heard that wind say move and I didn't move? Oh, by the way, those glasses and those windows in there where when he told me to move, they are shattered. So literally less than a minute or two. If I had moved when the wind said to move, y'all, there's another realm that we don't understand, that most of us wasn't taught. And we think that this stuff is a joke. We think that this stuff is just a movie. Yeah, I'm here to just let it be known that it's not. It's real. It's real. It's as real as when you turned on that television, or some of y'all turned in and tuned in to me and others and saw the death toll. That's how real it is. They're not coming back. And I don't practice reincarnation, because I believe that when you have loved ones that carry your DNA, and those who you have same like spirit and oneness with, that's enough for carrying out your life and your legacy for me. I like focusing on the bird coming back in my spirit. Even though we all have some type of connection, different levels of connection in being created on this earth, we're not going that deep yet. We're not going that route. So I'm not going to stay before you all long. I'm just glad for those of you all that have tuned in. Um, Anyone that does desire to send cash out is great. I'll be able to help when my vehicle get fixed, because we have to have all the windows replaced and another part put in it. Um, I'll preferably it'll be done before the weekend. My born 50th day will be on Saturday, so just pray that the Most High God have mercy on me and bless me to see it. If not, just note this: I'm at peace. I'm at peace with whatever decision God makes in my life. See, because I lived a life where my mothers and my aunties on my mom's side all wondered if we would make it to 50. And I've shared this a while back. And that is because my grandmother passed at 48 from a heart and aneurysm. And so at 15, that's when I had made up my mind that I wanted to find out and learn more about the body and how it works. And so when my mother made it past 50, we were happy. When my aunties made it past 50, we were happy. And so the fact that this is all happening just barely 8 days before my 50th, guess what? I'm happy. I'm thankful. It's not easy, but I'm thankful. I have no regrets of decisions. Of course, I would like to, if I could go back and change some choices and decisions I made, of course I would change some. But regret, no, because it's helped to give me the spirit and the appreciation and the love and the thankfulness that I have now that I did not know that I would have after going through all the tests and trials that I had. After all of the losses, I didn't know that even I was as strong as I am. Just like some of you all, I know you don't know how strong you are until you go through the test. You don't know what's really in you until you try. It's like when you're working out, and you're getting tired and your muscles getting tight. And you're like, I gotta keep going. I got, and you're struggling, trying to make sure you get to 10 or 5 push-ups. You don't know that you can do it until you push yourself to do it. And so that's how I see life. You don't know what you're made of until you go through some things. And then you find out there's some more things to go through. But I found that it's so much more bearable and easier when you're listening to the voice of the God within you. So on this Motivational Monday, that's what I wanted to share. Those of you all that would like to send a gift, because what I want to do is, because FEMA has not come out yet for the many catastrophes that we have, they are calling for them to come out in St. Louis and different parts of Illinois. No response yet. I'm going to do my best to see if I can make it out to help with pulling up some of the rubble, feeding the people, things of that nature, since I am connected to organizations that do that. I may not be able to televise that. That'll be a personal thing that I do, because everything is not about show and tell, So everything we do should just strictly be from the heart. Should just be where you gotta have attention for doing it. Now that's my belief. That is more genuine when you don't have to televise every good deed that you do. So, with that being said, thank you all so much. I do apologize for having to come to you all so late. But this is the only time that I can really carve out because I've been doing a lot of spiritual work, a lot of praying. And when I get off of here, I will be going into prayer again, a lot of meditation with my prayer warriors. And I'm just thankful. That's all I got to say. So prayerfully, everyone that's tuned in and that will tune in later, I pray that your families are well. I pray that safety and covering over you all. Um, I pray that if repentance is one of the things that some have to do, that you have the heart to do it. That you have the heart to do it, and that not just that you have the heart to do it, but that God hears you and that you act accordingly. Because I was at a place not long before this past weekend where I was feeling like throwing my hands up and just wanting to do me. Can I keep it 1 million? I was want to do me because the pressure of miscommunication and seeing the hurt was starting to really, really press on my heart. And I'm like, gosh, I got to go on to 50, seeing how families are still not getting along. I'm going into 50, seeing where the love is still lacking. Some like to call us an empath. I call it love. I just call it having a heart. And they say that's not popular anymore. And I say, to you or to them, it's not. But for me, I'm thankful that I know who I am and what I've been placed here to do. And that is to make sure that I don't allow my heart to go waxing cold to where I desire to see all our people destroyed for the lack of knowledge. I want to be on the side where I share any knowledge that I get from this universe, that I get from God. And I pray that you all have the same spirit and mindset too. Whatever good thing that God has placed in you, that you share it with those that you are around in your place and where you be. And treat one another with love and with respect, because you just never know. You never know when they're going to be here today and gone tomorrow. And you don't want to have those regrets. And if you did it and you started to get things right, don't take it back. Don't take it back. Don't allow pride. Don't allow unforgiveness. Don't allow me. You want to have a good name, make you lie, or make you feel like you have to put on the show, like nothing is bothering you. No, you get with the people that's around you. Even sometimes it may be a stranger, it may not be, and you call. That's what I have my sessions for. A lot of times my sessions, when you all call in, just so you know, it's not always about losing weight and what's the right thing to eat. It's about mental support, the spiritual support. That people with relationship issues, even though I've gone through my own. But that just simply means that I have more compassion and more experience now. I know what it takes to destroy everything that you worked hard for. I know what it looks like when Satan is coming, when the enemy is coming to trick you and to sift you with wheat. I know what that looks like. And he wanted to do the same thing this time around, but he couldn't. I caught it, and I shifted when I needed to shift. All praises be to God for that. I want you all to try to do your best to do the same for whatever is going on in your life. So please like and share, and know that I love you all. I was going to show some clips, but there's no need. It's 11:08 on my time, and so I'm going to let you all go. And I look forward to prayerfully being able to tune in on for Wellness Wednesday. And I have a different update for you all. And remember to stock up food, water, dry goods, dry fruits. Some of you all might have to rely on candies if you don't have jar food, because it's going to be a lot more that comes after this. I can feel it, and I can see it. So peace, love, and good health. And remember, let's thrive and strive and survive in 2025. I'm done, you all.